Afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Welcome to FFTV with me, Francis Green, and the window's getting closer, people. The window is getting closer. And not only is the window getting closer, but that bad boy is getting very, very, very close. Let's not hope that that's the only thing we can look forward to on transfer deadline day. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I've popped in and out. A lot of people have messaged me and through comments over the weekend, but mainly I hope that everyone has had a great weekend, even though the result was shocking, and you managed to spend some time with yourself, your family, your friends, excuse me, and then we hit the week hard. That's what we need to do. We need to hit the week hard. So I really do appreciate everyone coming in. I know Curtis is still on, so I imagine we'll get an influx of people coming over when Curtis is obviously finished, because I know he's having a long stream today. Big up Ashton. Hope you're well. Big up Dave Fox. Big up Tone. Big up Diego. I really do appreciate it. Big up to yourself. Big up Craig, as always. And obviously, Alan has come in again. Great support. And I think Curtis has just finished, so we probably get quite a few everyone coming over. So, again, I hope everyone is well. I'm going to do a little Premier League probably video preview that I always put out, going over, obviously, the results. Big up everyone coming in the chat. Gunnar Vettel's coming in. Hendon Goon is saying happy bank holiday. Fleabird is coming in. Harris King is coming in. What's up, Fran? Abdullah, hey, welcome, everyone. Really do appreciate it. So I know that obviously Curtis has ran over probably everything already that we're going to go run over. But as you know, we have to give a little perspective and balance on what we're going to talk about. So, like I said, people, if you're what's the name of the other channel? Okay, I'll put the link in for you. Got a good response to that. Got a really, really good response to that. Which, you know, I didn't think I would, but yeah, we've got a really, really good response to what a lot of people, some people have told me that they've watched it 3 or 4 times, just the first video. So that's really good. So I'll just put the link here for you. So if you, there you go. Just hit that and you'll find out. Yeah, you'll start to follow me just on a little chilled and everyday kind of everyday little chat with yourselves. Not every day. Buenos dias, Richard Reed. Everyone's saying, "How beast? Hey FG, what's happening? Hope you're well." New subscriber over there. Alan's just subscribed. Hit love that, people. Love that. And has put William confirmed a signing 2-year contract with Corinthians. Flies to Brazil tomorrow. I've got to give a big respect to William, if it's true, the amount of money that he gave up to move. There's a lot of players. I'm telling you, there's a lot of players who would not have done that. They would not have done that. So big up to him. It's just not worked for him. It's just not worked for him. And he knows, obviously, that it's not worked for him. So fair play to him. Green Mind, there we are. Afternoon, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. What's I hear about Nathan Miles? Exactly. Everyone putting some love on the other Instagram post. Yeah, I think we'll probably start on that one. Big up, Fran. Big up yourself. And big up, TP. So I think that's where we got to start, people. I wasn't going to start on obviously Maitland-Niles. I'm not going to say Maitland. I'm going to say Maitland-Niles. But I think we have to. I think we have to, people. Looking at what's going on with our squad at the moment. Let me start off with what's going on in the squad at the moment. I'm really getting the feeling, okay? I'm really, really getting the feeling that Arteta is so arrogant and so fixed mind. He doesn't have a growth mindset on what he wants to do, he doesn't really care whether it costs us what's going on at the moment. And I know that sounds crazy, but you know, you've met people like that. They're so fixated and stubborn and obsessed with they think that's going to work that they don't really care about whether they tread on people, hurt people's feelings, use people to get where they want, because they're so fixated on they think that it will work, it will work, it will work. I get the feeling that Arteta is doing that with our football club. And that's deep. It's actually quite frustrating and very deep that he thinks that he's bigger than this football club. So it's a big concern for me that that's what's happening. Now, we've dissected everything that happened at the weekend. Players not doing their job, players switching off, him not being able to adapt, him not being able to make a substitution very, very quickly. And another thing and a big thing that's concerning me massively at the moment is he seems to be getting rid of all our better players or people with personality. And that leads me on to the Maitland-Niles, not Maitland-Miles, as I've been kindly corrected in the chat. He's probably our best right back at the moment. Let's be honest, he's not great. He's not great. He went to, obviously, West Brom. He doesn't know whether he wants to play in midfield. He doesn't know whether he wants to play right back. He's now changed his mind and said he wants to play right back because he's now realized that actually he's got a chance of playing every game because the right back position is very poor, and we'll go on to obviously the Trippier and things like that. But Arteta clearly does not rate him as a footballer. It's as simple as that. It does not rate him as a footballer, and it is sabotage, I think, at times. You're right there. Craig's put, hold on, people. Fran will pull out another book. Not yet. No books today, not unless you beg me. Anyway, so with Maitland-Niles, for me, I think it's pretty obvious he doesn't fancy him as a player because he's the best right back we've got at the club at the moment. And if we had a decent squad, Maitland-Niles could do okay at right back area. You've seen some bang average right backs in decent teams who are not great on the ball, but they're okay moving forward and they're okay going back. They're just standard 6 out of 10s. With Maitland-Niles, he clearly doesn't want him. And that post is this post that there is very he's gutted. He's absolutely gutted. And what he says in this post, if you've not seen his post this was on his Instagram. Someone sent it me. I'm not Instagram, but someone sent me, see if we get it right. Well, here we are. Someone sent me this. And all he says is, all I want to do is go where I'm wanted and where I'm going to play. And that's what any footballer wants to do. They want to go somewhere where they feel wanted and they say, you're going to play at this football club. And the fact that Everton may be coming in with a loan with an option to buy, who, by the way, are better than us at the moment and have better right backs than we do at the moment, want him to go on loan and he'll probably play. Obviously, my good friend and ex-client Mason Holgate has played right-sided fullback for years for Everton, but he's a centre-back. So he will more than likely be because he's got 3 centre-backs, Mina, Keane and Holgate. And then Maitland-Niles will go and slot in the right or sometimes in the midfield. But the fact that they want him on loan with an option to buy and he can't get in our team, and Guendouzi goes and Saliba goes, it's telling me that we all know he's the problem anyway, Arteta, but he's going about his business the wrong way. And someone needs to pull him up and say, you are getting this hugely wrong. I don't think you understand what you're actually doing to this football club. You are literally selling and getting rid of all its best assets because we ain't got a great team to try and prove a point that you want it to be your way. And you're going to be left with nothing. And then you're going to have to get rid of him. And then a new manager's going to then have to come in. So it's really, really disturbing for me what's actually going on with him with these players. The Saliba one, the Guendouzi one. People say, and then they go, well, Guendouzi's got a bad attitude. Well, maybe we need a bit of attitude in this changing rooms. Maybe we need a bit of attitude because I would have wanted attitude on the football pitch against City. I would have wanted someone to do something about it. But no one does. Ashton's put Maitland-Niles has more international caps than Holden and Chambers combined. I'm telling you, he's trying to make it into something that it's not going to work. Scary. Arsenal acts like a military camp. Guantanamo FC, we ain't got players. We got prisoners. That's what it feels like. Alcatraz. That's what Alcatraz, mate. You don't want that. Oh, Sean Connery. Guendouzi, man of the match this weekend. And Marseille, did you see the way Saliba was playing? Now, someone was telling me, Fran, you wouldn't get that much time in the Premier League. You clearly don't watch the French League. The French League is 100 miles an hour and a lot more physical. I don't know if anyone watched Messi last night when he came on. He gets smashed anyway, but every time he got the ball, 4 players around him smashing him. He must have got fouled and smashed about 10 times. If you think the Premier League is physical, you should watch the French League. The Premier League is soft and slower than the French League. So I think people just look for excuses. Saliba has been hard done by. Guendouzi have been hard done by. And you know what? They've dodged a bullet. They have seen what's going on with this football club and this manager, and they don't want none of that energy, none of that bad energy, because that's bad energy. Arteta seems to me bad energy. What says TP's put, the energy must be seriously negative in the dressing room, never mind the boardroom. It's a whole thing, and I don't really want to go down no deep mindset stuff because that's what for the other channel is for. But it is ingrained in you. If the energy is bad in your household, the energy is bad because someone is causing the energy. If your energy is bad at the workplace, it's because someone is causing the energy. The energy in this football club is terrible, and it's now seeping out of the club, and now it's hit the fans. It's hit the fans, people. The energy has hit the fans. And I've seen a few people blaming AFTV and this and that. You're always going to get those kind of things. But the fact of the matter is, it's not AFTV's fault that Arteta does not want to listen to others and is too blind and fixated and arrogant and egotistical to continue to do what he thinks is correct, even though it is evidently wrong. It's not AFTV's fault. It's not Sky Sports' fault. It's not Lee Gunner's fault. It's not Curtis's fault. It's the fact of the matter is that the manager is not getting the decisions right because he does not have the ability. Just like Florida Water is saying, AFTV did not pick Kolasinac, who, by the way, I never thought I would ever see an Arsenal shirt ever again. He didn't pick him. So I think it's an excuse. It's another excuse. Yes, people could say, "Oh, AFTV, well, they have their thing and they concentrate on negatives. They do when they do well when Arsenal are not doing well." Yeah, but when they sign Partey, they're making videos. They're making full-blown audio dance videos outside the stadium because they're happy. When they win the FA Cup, they do nothing but praise. So people have got to understand that there's a balance to everything. Do AFTV do certain things wrong? Yes. But then don't watch those people who they have on that show if you don't want to. As a whole concept, though, we can't deny that it's a great concept. It connects the fans from a fan's point of view rather than from a political or a journalism or a bias view. So there's pros and cons to everything. There's going to be pros and cons to my channel. There's going to be pros and cons to everything that we do in life. But we can't be blaming people. We cannot be blaming people. That's the problem that we've got here. And I understand. Blaming AFTV for the negative at Arsenal is blaming, it's just when they're diagnosed with cancer. Exactly. As sad as it may be, we can't blame anybody except for the people who are making the decisions. Simple as that. You know? Vibe sets the tone for practice and effort. Academy players crying for freedom is troubling. You've set, Greg, there you go. Vibe is an energy. Good vibe is an energy that people forget you need in everyday life. Every single day. Everything that you do. I always say, if someone is making fries at the McDonald's, the person who's got a good vibe, putting the right amount of salt in, I bet you those fries taste better than someone who's got a negative vibe. Because they're not doing the same thing. You need vibes in a dressing room. And this manager is bringing this team, which hence will then represent the club, down and down and down. Now, let me put it this way, people. I'm confident that he will not be a manager of Arsenal Football Club if we do not get results against Norwich and Burnley. I think everyone can agree on that. Really, really do. Now, going back to the obviously Maitland-Niles one, he's going to go and probably think he's put that Instagram post up, but he's going to go and think, I've actually dodged a bullet here, because I can guarantee you the reason Buendia didn't sign is because he spoke to Martinez and then says, listen, don't go there. It's a sinking ship. The reason Guendouzi is going to speak to other people, Saliba's going to speak to everyone. The club is a shambles why that manager is in. So that's a great move for Maitland-Niles. Absolutely great move for Maitland-Niles. My concern is you're only going to bring Trippier in. Trippier, and don't get me wrong, I like Trippier. I don't think he's amazing, but I think he would be the best right back that we have in the club. Now, there is a few things. He's going to cost a fee. He's going to be 31. You might get 3 years out of him. Okay. So I get people's concern that, Fran, why don't we spend the money in better areas? And you know what? When I think about it, bringing Trippier in, that's good. It would give Pepe a little bit more of a license. But is that going to get us where we need to get to? We need so many more. Now, this Awar thing, I don't know what is going on. And then obviously you've seen Sabitzer in the thumbnail. I just wanted to highlight that the reason that we was never getting him is because Bayern were probably talking to him for months and months and months, and we were never going to get him. So that's why that went down straight away. And let's be honest, Bayern Munich or Arsenal sinking ship like Pirates of the Caribbean, you're only going to go to one place, and it's Bayern Munich. Let's be honest. So I'm disappointed that we've not got him, but now we've got a chance to get Awar. That, again, seems to be moving slowly, seems to be a problem. Why don't we just go and get business done? If I know we've got the money for Awar, but I'm telling you now, in negotiations, in whatever, people are not feeling Mikel Arteta. They are not feeling him. And I don't know him. But from the interviews, I can understand why people are not feeling this guy. Even if he's getting results, there is something about him that people are not feeling. And players are not going to come when they see what's happening at the moment. Now, Trippier might want to come. I think Trippier will be thinking, am I really going to go Arsenal? They're absolutely struggling at the minute. They're bottom of the Premier League. Do I really want to go Arsenal? Why would you go Atletico to Arsenal that are bottom of the Premier League? I can't get my head around that because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Jack Sparrow settings, Pirates of the Caribbean, sinking ship. Greg's put buying vibes and experience because Arteta can't figure it out. I don't think he has good vibes. Machine's put Ainsley instead, clear sign things are out of control. Amateurs run the football club. And players don't do that, by the way. And players do not do that, Machine. So you've got a good point. Because I'm telling you now, when I was a player, if I tweeted something or put something on Facebook back in the day, I wanted people to see it. He's tagged Arsenal in the post. He's tagged Arsenal in the post. So he's saying, listen, I want you to know that I've needed to felt wanted and I wanted to play football and you don't want me around. So I'm going to go somewhere and they'll finish above us and they'll have a blinding season. And then they'll take the option and then you've lost the kid. You don't know kids are good players until you give them the opportunity. How are me and you going to know if we are good at something if no one's giving us the opportunity? How are we going to know if it's in a industry, a sector where someone needs to give you an opportunity? How are we going to know? And that's the problem. They've not gave him the opportunity. As a regular, gave him an opportunity. So for me, strange decision after everything that's going on. Craig's put Fran, the Kroenkes are sticking by Arteta. They will do it at the moment because it looks silly for them. They will do it at the moment. They will do it at the moment. 56 in the chat, absolutely love it. The commitment from everyone is just unreal. Absolutely unreal. And that bad boy, what are we on now? So deadline day's tomorrow. So we could do the competition tomorrow or on the 1st. Let me have a think tonight. I think I'm going to get on late tonight, maybe do at 10 p.m. one to see if there's any late news. And then I'm going to give everyone like a 24 hours to comment on a video that I choose. So then we'll do it. So maybe we will do it Maybe I'll make the announcement 10 o'clock tonight about which video to comment on. I'll speak to Curtis, see what he's doing. I might even nip on Kurt's because I know he's doing a late show. And then I'll keep you updated. So just bear with me, but look out for the next videos. I'll let you know because obviously it needs to go to someone pretty soon. Arteta is on borrowed time and needs to go regardless of result. I think he's gone. I really do. Steve, Ammo's put, what are the odds of us getting relegated? Listen, I don't think we're getting relegated. I really, really don't think we're getting relegated. I can tell you that. BK's put, I really don't care about the season anymore, to be honest. Lost all already, you see, and I see that a lot. I see that a lot at the moment, people. X64 has put, West Ham have brought Tagliafico for 12 million euros, and we got Tavares. I think they've just tried to get some youth players in that are going to obviously maybe do something for us in the future, that model. But it seems to me they wanted a model, but they've got no experience and don't know what they're doing in trying to do that model. So they've not got the right scouting system. They've not got the right footballing director. They've not got the right how can I put it? They've not got the right pieces in the right place of the puzzle to try and make this happen. Now, it's all right when you want to start a YouTube channel or you want to go and study whatever, because you can just dive in and you learn as you go along. You take the risk and you learn what doesn't work, what does work, what do people like, what do people don't like. You can't do this at a football club. And that's what it seems like they're doing. It seems like they don't know what they're doing. And they're just like, well, we'll try this. And if that works, oh, yeah, well, if we'll try this and that works. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. TP, fact that we're bottom of the league has decreased every chance we are getting ambitious top players. Not to mention a reputable manager. We're dead. We're not going to do that. How's that going to work? Amresh just put, watching PSG last night showed me how much as Arsenal fans have been deprived of attacking football. And I was impressed with Rems last night as well. They closed down so good. Emsley Post clearly portrays the Tapas Pulis is losing the dressing room. That is for sure. Buenos Aires put, are you kidding? West Ham got Tagliafico. He's starting in left-back international. West Ham have been looking very good this year. But let's be honest. Let's be honest, people. If you're a player and Arsenal today come in for you, say you're not a fan. You're not a fan. Arsenal come in for you today, right? Transfer window, last deadline day. You're trying to get out the club. And you have a look at what's going on. You're going to look on social media. Your agent, because this is what I would have told my clients, is going to say, right, this move could absolutely kill your career. You're going to go into a team that is bottom of the Premier League. It's a shambolic club. The manager don't know what he's doing. They've got no style of play. How is that going to help your career? Okay, what else have you got me? Why would a player... I can't believe Odegaard signed. I cannot believe Odegaard signed for this football club. I can't. I cannot believe it. Because it's more than likely going to ruin his career over the next 3 or 4 seasons, unless something drastically happens. So it's absolutely crazy, people, what is going on with this football club. So the Trippier one, I wouldn't mind the Trippier one. I would have preferred to just keep Maitland-Niles, to be honest. Use the money for something else. Maybe try and get another midfielder in. But some business is going to have to be done. If business does not get done, we are screwed. Because even when everyone's fit, I don't think this is getting him anywhere. We are screwed, people. I'm telling you now, we are screwed if he doesn't get any business done. So strange business this year with what's going on. Really, really strange. So Trippier, I would rather obviously keep Maitland-Niles, but Trippier is not bad. He would give Pepe a little bit more of a license to obviously get forward. He's got experience. He can get a cross in. He's good at one-on-ones, etc., etc. That then leads me on to the fact that Bellerin needs to get out of the door. Now, Bellerin, apparently this Barcelona link obviously won't go away. Now, Emerson Royal, who's at Barcelona, who we wanted, apparently now he's going to Spurs. So if Emerson Royal goes to Spurs, Barcelona then want Bellerin, and then we're either going to have Trippier or God knows who. So we're not going to get Emerson Royal now. Spurs are top of the league. Spurs are showing ambition. Spurs have got an identity. Spurs have got a great manager who I said we should have gone for. Okay. Off topic though. Look at Wolves' new manager. Did you watch Wolves? They should have beat Man United yesterday. They've got an identity. They've got an identity. Wolves have got an identity. Nuno had an identity. He's took that to Spurs. Spurs have got an identity. So Emerson Royal, right? Spurs, Arsenal. I have no affiliation with any of them. I'm not a supporter of any of them. Who am I going to go for? Think about it. You're going to go for Spurs, aren't you? You're going to go for Spurs. Kept Kane, Son, new deal, Dele Alli, the players that they've got, to be fair, stadium, we've got a good stadium, ambition, manager that they've gone for, identity that they've gone for. You are going to flourish in that team. Arsenal, Jack Sparrow settings, Pirates of the Caribbean, sinking ship. Oh my God, all world's going to be look at me, could ruin my career. So you're not going to come to Arsenal. You are not going to come to Arsenal. You know? DJ Breeze TV, new to the channel. Big up, bro. Appreciate the love. Really do. Thanks for popping in. I really do appreciate it. Buenos Aires has put, I want 10 rounds, 5 minutes for each Arteta Edu. Can't get at the same time. Pathetic behavior. Listen, you'd be able to dispose of them clowns. I could tell you that. You wouldn't even take you 10 rounds. Aaron's coming. He's put, instead of 35 million for Trippier, why not sign Aaron's from the same amount? And he's almost 10 years younger. Why we have not signed Max Aaron's, I do not know. Honestly, people, I have no idea why we haven't signed Max Aaron's. Right then, people. So that's that. We spoke about some bits. So we spoke about Nathan Miles. We spoke about, obviously, the Emerson Royal, Bellerin, kind of whatever's going on. We quickly then going to move on to Reiss Nelson. They've offered him a new deal, an extended deal, and then a year to go on loan to Feyenoord. Now, for him, he needs to go and play football. Diallo from, obviously, United was supposed to be going. And he's been injured, etc., etc. So that's not going to happen. Now, Reiss Nelson looks like he's going to be going. I think that's a good move. I think that's a really good move. Steve just put this in here because I'm interested in this. Fran, got to tell you, I've spent years in Scandinavia. Odegaard is pronounced Erdegaard. Okay, so we've got, I thought it was Odegaard. I changed that to Odegaard, and now it's Erdegaard. I was saying Odegaard. So Erdegaard. There you go. I've got it. Wilson's popped in. Great content as usual. Really do appreciate that. Buenos Aires, I'm nervous about Burnley and Brighton, both away games. I think we don't win any of those games. I don't think we win any of those games. And it absolutely kills me to say that. I don't think we win Burnley or Brighton. Is Burnley? Oh, no. If Burnley's at home, we might have a chance. But if Burnley's away, I think we're in trouble. I really, really do. Make sure you hit the like. Social DRG saying hit the likes, people. Hit the likes. Like you say, we got over 2,000. Next target is obviously 2,500. That's where we'll get to. And we could keep pushing and pushing and pushing and get there and create what the momentum that we want. Me and Curtis have had a conversation. We need to dominate this space. Me and Curtis need to dominate this space. No one else gives you as much insight, as much unbiased, balanced content. That is for sure. So we're going to try and dominate this space. Curtis is well ahead of me, and then he started later than the others, but with momentum, with quality content, with a great community, by the way, because without the community, it doesn't work. We will dominate this space to give you as best content as we can give you. And an honest opinion. That's the thing that I think, the honest opinion. So good move for Reiss Nelson, and he needs to play some competitive football. I really, really do. Amos put, I agree, Fran. Both these quality games for Arsenal. Difficult games. Very, very difficult games. At least Arteta will get the sack when that happens. The good thing is, in a way, we kind of want Arsenal to lose for him to get the sack, because even if we have a little spell of 3 or 4 games, I'm sorry to say that, because I don't wish the sack on no one, but at the end of the day, he is completely destroying this club, completely destroying this club. So he needs to go in my eyes. He really, really, really needs to go in my eyes. So, that's in my opinion. So for Reiss Nelson, I think that he needs to move on, and I think he needs to obviously go away. They gave him another year, and I think they've gave him the year to show that if he does well on loan at Feyenoord, there could be an opportunity for him to obviously get back into the building. There could be an opportunity to get him back into the building. Now, moving on from obviously the few things that are happening, there's no, I don't know if you've seen Tammy Abrahams, he's started off on fire. And it always makes me laugh when people say, yeah, but Fran, those leagues are easier. Trust me, those leagues are not easier. They're not easier leagues. People think they are. When you've played at a level, those leagues are not easier. The Premier League is so soft. It's unbelievable. These leagues are harder to play in. People think Premier League is the most entertaining league. Doesn't make it the best league. Doesn't make it the hardest league. It's the most entertaining league. Now, is it the most competitive? I would argue it's the most competitive because anyone can beat anyone on any given day. But the actual pace and the physical side of the game, the Italian league and the French league, they smash you left, right, and center. So to be fair to Tammy Abrahams, he's looked bright and he was flicking things around the corner. There was a great team goal. He was doing bits. And he, again, feels wanted. Now, I did not want him anywhere near Arsenal. When I first heard the news, towards the end, I was thinking, wow, we might actually need a centre forward, and he's the best option. So we're not getting a centre forward. We're trying to get this right back situation sorted. So that could be something that's going on. We don't look like we're going to get another midfielder. There's this Awar one. Do we need Awar, or do we need someone else who is solid, who can play alongside Thomas Partey? You know, if you give ESR 10 in a brand new deal, you've given Odegaard the creative role, you're going to then bring another creative player in. When for me, it's not that. We're weak at the belly. We're weak. Straight down the spine, and we're weak at the belly. So do we not need a midfielder who's going to kind of, you know, people hammer Fred. But Fred would probably walk into our team every week. And I always say, well, what does Fred do? But I see him around. He smashes people. He chops people. He breaks the play down. Listen, he can't pass water and he can't shoot for toffee. However, he's doing a job. And like Fleabeard said, we need a destroyer, I believe. We really, really need a destroyer. You know? I always put you and Curtis will dominate, no doubt. Unbiased football players with knowledge in the game, not just click and like merchants. Hey, listen, you know, we know how YouTube is. We know how the algorithm, etc. works, but be true to yourself. It comes through. Chris is saying, yeah, we do have Lokonga, but Lokonga to me seems very decent on the ball, but he's not. What I've seen so far, he doesn't look like the kind of guy that I would want in the trenches with me. He doesn't look like the type of guy who I want in the trenches. But only time will tell. But again, look how well he's done pre-season. Doesn't play him. He's not played him. So we need Basuma and Awar. I think both of them would be very good. I think a lot of people would be happy. McTominay can make it in our midfield. He sure can. McTominay would walk into our midfield. 65 in the chat. Absolutely, when people make sure you hit the like. We do appreciate it. The Prem is just pace and passion. Bang on, Ardaguna. Bang on. Bang on. Fran, have you ever got into a fight on the pitch? Oh, many. One of my sendings off was great. A lot of people know in the chat already. That was WWE and Muhammad Ali, and I got a red card. It was I always used to get into scuffles. I'm that kind of person. That's why a lot of people went over to my other channel that I've just started, and they were like, Fran, you was proper calm and your voice was very chilled out. And I said, that's what I'm like away from speaking about football or playing football. I'm chilled. I try to live a very chilled way of life and thinking and positivity and help people. Whereas on here, I might get a little bit emotional. And in football, that's where the aggression comes out. So, yeah. Brandon's put, afternoon, Franny and the gang. Just got in, just fixing the taps at my house. You're always up to something, Brandon. Absolutely love it. Love the work rate. Who between Arteta and Saliba is not ready for the Arsenal job? Oh, listen, Arteta's not ready. He's not ready. He's never had a manager's job. He's been an assistant manager. You know, Ward Prowse would have been a very good set pieces just alone. We could get Deeney on a free and man would bust people up. Exactly. But we won't go for that. We didn't go for Danny Ings because of that. Look at Danny Ings now. Fran knows the dark arts. Oh, yeah, I've traveled. I've traveled. I come from a very, very rough area as well. We know the dark arts. Smash the likes, people. Really do appreciate it. Wilson has put, quick question. Which player do you prefer, Basuma or Guimaraes? I would say Basuma would probably be more suited to what we need. Got to be honest. Pablo's put, bro, this is my first time on YouTube. After 46 years of supporting the mighty Arsenal, I'm done. The owners don't care. The board don't care. The manager doesn't care. So why should I? And I get that's going through the fan base every single day. Someone, one more person is getting added to that pot of that frustration. And I fully understand it. I really, really do. Guy came in. Thanks for popping in again. Love the super chat the other day. Big respect for you. I know you've been here from day one. Massive support. Weak FC, mentally and physically. Can't fight for nothing. No pride and no honor. And it comes down from, you guessed it, people, comes down from Arteta. Lack of mentality, weak mentality, lack of not trying to get in people's faces, and lack of pride. And you know what? He has got pride, but he's got pride only in what he wants to achieve, and he's going to do anything that he can to stick to it and prove to everyone that I was right. And you look at his interviews and you start to pick up certain things in his behavior. Always talks about everyone's trying to destroy us from the outside. Always talks about that. That means that he's constantly thinking, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. And no matter what it takes, I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, he has a team of 20 to 30 players that he's dragging along with who do not have the same belief as what he has and don't agree with the same beliefs or philosophy as what he has. So they're not going to jump on board. So it doesn't matter how much you want to pursue your dream. If you are married and you want to go to 12 countries in 12 weeks and your wife hates flying and just has no interest, right? And she doesn't want you to go on her own and you drag her. Do you think she's going to be all right with that? Do you think she's going to show the same enthusiasm as what you do? No, she's not. And you're going to argue, and more than likely you're going to break up for a few months, if not forever. They're relationships. They're relationships. You need to build relationships and have a balanced, I don't want to say relationship again, a balanced energy with that person to get what you want out of them. He's not got it. He's not got it. He's not got it, people. Honestly, he's not got it. Thank you, Fran. You're the first Arsenal YouTuber who is asking the right question on Awar. We need a destroyer next to Partey. Maybe a destroyer plus Awar, but not just Awar. I just think Awar, I think people are jumping on it too much and actually not thinking, wait a minute, let's dissect and have a look what we need. Our most important in any football team, our most important positions are going to be a solid spine. A solid spine. You can't have a weak spine. You fall over. A solid spine. So it's all right. I mean, and I'm a purist. People who know me in the chat, you know I'm a purist. I love football. I love to get it down. Triangles. Played Vets yesterday. Pop. Love it. Tiki-taka. But if I want to play tiki-taka and the rest of my team are rubbish and they can't play that, we're going to get beat every week. We're going to get beat every single week. Even our Vets team, we've got a foundation of people who still want to win. 40, 55 years old, they still want to win. They will not let a man beat him. Because the tempo and the energy is throughout the squad. And if you don't want to be a part of that energy, you don't play. You don't play. And we need energy in the spine. I look at our spine, and that's a weak spine. Now, people talk about Partey all the time. Partey was bang average last season. Bang average, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It was his first season. He was in a terrible team. He didn't get his diet right. He was always injured. He's moved from a different country. Give him the benefit of the doubt. However, this season, if he does not step up, then that's it. I've made my mind upon him. There was a reason he was only that price and no one else wanted him. There's a reason why Awar is half price. Don't get it twisted, people. And there's a reason why no one else has signed him. And what will happen is we'll think we're going to get something, we'll sign him, and it'll turn out that there was a problem and everyone kept it away from us, and boom, we've been stung again. We've been stung again. IWTT, hope you're well. Dangerous G's, but Bazuma, please. Plus, he's a Premier League player. Exactly. He's a Premier League player. Machine's put, we passed on Kante for Xhaka, now probably we'll pass on Bazuma for a while. It makes me think about who is making these decisions when it comes to who is making the recruitment. I just don't get it. Now, it looks like that we're only going to, let's think about it, we've got probably a day and a half left of the transfer window. Now, some serious work needs to be done. Serious work needs to be done for us to get some serious signings. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm concerned that, I mean, if we don't beat Norwich, it's all over, people. And my biggest concern is, if Arteta gets the sack and I get the job, but just saying, how am I gonna work with these players? How is a Conte or how is anyone going to work with these players? Now, you'll get a bounce. You always get a bounce, okay? 100% you'll get a bounce. And maybe you will be able to get the frighteners in these players, because I'm telling you now, I don't think these players are frightened. I don't think these players are frightened of Arteta, and you need to be fearful. Sports Genius says, Fran, how are you able to switch on the intensity in football before the game and turn it on after? It took me a very, very long time to be self-aware of my behaviors or my reactions or my emotions will lead me to be something I don't want to be. So on a football pitch, I think you need intensity. You need kind of an anger, but then you also need to try and channel that anger. When I was playing, Chris in the chat used to watch me when I was at Peterborough, and he would see that I was one of the angriest men ever. I did not know how to channel my anger. And that was throughout my football career. Only when I went through something and I retired and then I went through something, did I start to figure out that my anger is contradicting how I want to live. So I need to switch it up. So I think it's just the fact of the matter is, when I'm on the pitch, I want to win. When I'm off the pitch, I want to win. But winning in life is a very, very different way than winning on a football pitch. So I would say that a lot of deep diving into self-development, self-mind, reading, etc. And I always say, people, we're learning every single day. I am miles away. I'm probably 20 years away, probably a lifetime away until I pass, because you're going to be learning every single day, you know, every single day. Fleabed has put, Fran, you've been in the game. Why do you think our players aren't sweating blood and tears, blood and shirt every game? If you can match teams for quality, you can outwork them. They're not bothered. They're not bothered. I'm telling you now from the heart. Are they bothered about playing football? Of course. Do they want to win? Of course. Do they want to win for their leader? No. No. The way that they play, I'm telling you now, they do not want to win for that manager. They're not bothered. You lose 2 yards when you don't like your manager. You lose 2 yards when you're being asked to something you don't want to do. Those 2 yards are what cost you in the long run. Those 2 millimeters on a 100-meter sprint that you train for day in, day out, those 2 millimeters where you don't win gold are because you've not trained and trained and trained and trained and trained and believe in what you want to do. Sometimes someone is just faster than you, but you can get faster. But sometimes someone is better than you. That is the case. People will always be better than you, but people should never be able to outwork you, because that is down to you. If you get outworked, for example, if I wanted to be the best YouTuber, because I want to be the best YouTuber that I can be, what I can be, not what anyone else can be, what I can be. I want to be the best YouTuber. That means every single day I need to turn up and be creative. I want my other channel. That means I've said twice a week, I will speak about how I deal with distractions, love, or blah, 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 and speak with my community, because I know that message will help them. If I want to get good at that, I've got to turn up every day. These players for Arteta are not turning up every single day. They're turning up in spirit, but they're not in mind. They're talking to each other like, he wants us to do this. He's outworking us. Why does he keep starting the training sessions? I've heard rumors he keeps starting the training sessions. It's the worst thing you can do for momentum. If you're on a train and it keeps stopping every 20 yards, you think you're going to get anywhere? You will get somewhere, but it'll be way too late when you look at your clock. You know? Anger is the path to the dark side. Uncontrolled anger, I would say, Ammo. Uncontrolled anger, but like you say, it is definitely a path to the way that you don't want to live your life. The way that you don't want to live your life. Incredible Hulk settings. Don't make me angry. Yo, mate. Yeah. Fran, when you're giving the question on the PS5, I'm not sure when we're going to do it. I'm probably going to do it because the transfer window is tomorrow. I don't know if to do it tomorrow night after the transfer window or on the first, because it's the first of the month. So maybe do it away, but obviously give everyone instructions to tonight or tomorrow, because I might do a late stream tonight, but I'll let you know either tonight or tomorrow to go and comment on a video, tell you what I want you to comment, and then randomly pick it. I'm going to speak with Curtis because I know Curtis may want me to go on his and speak about that as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll keep you updated. Just look out for the videos. You know that you're always on here as well. 69 in the chat. Absolutely unbelievable, people. Love it as always. Ardaguna, facts. Look at Aubameyang's energy the other day. And when I watched the West Brom game, people, and their energy was good because they're playing an under-8s team. They're playing kids. They could not win. You know, it would have been harder to lose that game than it would have been to win the game. You know, it just didn't add up. So they put a smile on the face. And that's what I liked about it. I thought, you know what? They've got a smile on the face. We've not seen a smile on anyone's face for ages. We've seen a smile on people's faces. Let's hope that they can lead this on to City. Now, City was never going to be easy. Let's be honest. But what I didn't get was the work rate and the shambolic way. And these players feel like they are getting left out to dry by Arteta. I'm telling you now. They are getting left out to dry by Arteta. Zach has said, these players don't care. And no, I believe they respect Arteta. I've had a young man handed promotions to become my team leader, foreman before, and I didn't respect them when they tried bossman talk. You've got to earn respect in whatever you do. You have to earn it. And if you do things wrong, you're going to lose respect. That's life. That's what we learn from. Shriffi's put Fran on the verge of tears at the state of Arsenal. The Maitland-Niles situation is dire. Arsenal is killing my club and I don't know what to do. Listen, Shrivik, all I can always say is this one. I always say it. If you're not in control of something, do not allow it to affect you. And on the flip side, it always has to get worse before it gets better. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing. You aren't in control of it. Let it be if you can't control it, and have a look at how you can just be all right. Why this circus is going on, because eventually it will get better. This football club has to get better because, by the way, they are bottom of the Premier League. It has to get better. You know, it has to. See, Anders put, I wonder what was said in the players' meeting. The players would have just said, listen, and I'll give you another insight as well. So when you're struggling, I remember playing in league. Where was I at the moment? Can't remember where I was at. And we were struggling. We were struggling. The club was going to go into liquidation. There was talk of us not getting paid. And the club was struggling. And we just couldn't get it right. And we had some decent players in the squad, but we just could not get it right. So we had to sit down and we're meeting with a manager. And we just basically said to him, what you are asking us to do, it's not working. It's not working. Now, this manager had a serious ego problem. He's still a manager now in the Football League. Some people will know who he is. A very, very serious ego problem. And he would never change anything, right? And we kept saying, what we are trying to do is too pedestrian. It's too predictable. There's no creativity. And we have creative players in the squad. But you're asking us to do something that we don't need to do. Yeah? Would not listen, would not listen, would not listen. Guess what happened? We got relegated. The club got liquidated out of the Football League. And then he went and got another job, another job, another job, another job. Comes out that he was lining his pockets left, right, and center. And actually, so he did not. Everyone was saying he was caring. He said the right things in the interviews. He said the right things at the fan forums. But when we had our meeting, he basically just said, if you don't do what I'm going to tell you to do, you don't play. And the players were saying, but it's not working, Gaffer. It's not working, Gaffer. But he would not have it. And the players' meeting, when they've had this players' meeting, because it has to be addressed, if anyone's got anything about them, they will stand up and tell Mikel Arteta that this is going all wrong because of what he's doing. But not many players do that. You know why? Because that player will get dropped. Because he will say that you are undermining me when you've got an egotistical manager. Big problems. Sports Genius, Fran, what type of manager is better for players? A strict manager or a players manager? Sometimes I think you need both. And again, it all depends on the type of players that you get. And look at Burnley, for example. Sean Dyche is very, very strict. Okay? So the players that play for Sean Dyche are going to have to be that way. Then you've got other managers who are really, really friendly. But they still have to have a standard. Still have to have a standard for that to happen. Do you understand? Otherwise, it can't work. I remember one manager, and he wanted to sign me, and I was told that you have to be clean-shaven and you can never wear denim. You had to be clean-shaven and you could never wear denim. And it was between him and another club that wanted to sign me. And actually wanted to go to that club initially. But as soon as I heard that about him, I was like, me and him are not going to get on. Me and him are not going to connect. The energy is going to be wrong. Because I don't want someone telling me when I can and can't shave. I don't want someone telling me whether I can and can't wear jeans. When I'm a human being, I'm a man, and I'm going to play football. So I decided not to go and sign for that football club. Simple as that. And I was honest. He said, why not? I said, because I don't think me and you are going to click. I was honest. I can't believe Mikel Arteta put your club in liquidation. Dropped and loaned out. Yeah, there you go. Tom knows. What about thinking outside the box? Where does it say the rules of the game, or in the Premier League rules, the players have to be human? What about large Japanese Akita in midfield? That would help. Players need to revolt on the pitch and play their game, not his. They won't do that, Martin. They will not do that. And the reason they won't do that is because they're scared of not playing at all. They're scared of not playing at all. Now, what they will do is they will not play or put the energy in. That's why you've seen the energy levels have gone. It's infectious negativity going through that football club. Came to like the video. We'll watch later. No problem, Joe. Appreciate it. Support as always. Socials comment. He's put, he might have meant clean shaven chest, Fran. I've always come up with you. Alan Sport, only the wife can say when you can shave. Exactly. I had to sort myself out today, okay? Because my father-in-law came round and my wife said, you look a bit rough. So I thought, better sort myself out. There you go. Fran likes them denim Gucci jeans, Gucci FC settings. That's why he couldn't have signed me. Back in the day, it was Evisu and Moschino. Yeah. Sunday, Arteta should learn from Klopp, I imagine. Has close bond with his players. He has proven himself time and time again. Now, Klopp and Pep, the way that they are with their players, the relationship is fantastic. That's the relationship you need to have with modern day footballers. You could have back in the day. That's why Mourinho has struggled in the UK, because our generation now are very different from some other countries' generation. I would say the world generation is very different, especially like my kids' age, 20, 21 and below. You need to be nice to them, make them feel wanted, give them instant gratification, but also set standards for them. And that's where the old school manager now is starting to struggle, because the new generation of people don't want dictatorship. It's now changed of how to be a manager. Mr. B, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're good. Hope you're having a good start to the week. Brandon's put, I'm so jealous of relationship Klopp has with Liverpool fans. We don't have that because Mikel is arrogant. Listen, we know what Mikel away from the game could be an absolutely unbelievable, kind-hearted gentleman. And he seems that type of way. But as a manager, you need another side to you. Like me. I've got 4 sides, 5 sides to me. Chris always takes the mickey. He says, I'll be a hippie. And if I could grow my hair longer, probably would have dreadlocks now and a big Rastafari beard, but my wife won't let me anyway. But you know what I mean? If I really, really wanted it, I would do it. That's another side to me. A calm side, a chilled out side. I then have the aggressive side. I then have the side where I want to go and sit in a jungle for God knows how long. Now, Mikel Arteta's probably got loads of different sides to him, but what he's not cut out to be at the moment, he may go on to be, is the manager for Arsenal Football Club. That's what he's not got at the moment. Do you understand? And if you've not got that at the moment, how can you be a manager of a club, which is a huge football club, and be bottom of the league? Now, don't get me wrong, it's only 3 games. And I get that. But we ain't moved forward since he's come in. We haven't moved forward since he's come in. We've gone backwards. So where's the progression? Oh, trust the process doesn't take that long, Arteta. I'm sorry, the process should not take this long. You're not building a house. You're not building a Fortune 500 company or whatever it may be. You're not building a family where you need 5 kids and you need to meet your wife, which take years. You're a manager of a football club that needs instant results, instant success. And if it's not instant, we need steps in the right direction, and we need to see those steps in the right direction. Now, I'm sure the Kroenkes are saying exactly the same thing, but we just don't know about it. But there's no way he can lose against Norwich, and there's no way he can lose against Burnley or not win both and still be in that job. And if he is, I think big pressure. Now, people always say to me, Fran, what can you do? Protest. Protesting alone is not going to do it. Protesting alone is not going to do it. Barbados is going, what's happening? I hope you're all right. Shay, before you come on the Man United agenda. Go and check any Man United fans in the chat. Make sure you go and check out Man United agenda. Good set of lads over there, obviously on their YouTube vibe, and very, very good vibes as well. So make sure you go over. Bugsley's put, big up yourself, Fran. We're in the mud. You're trying to help us during the tough times. Listen, this is what we're here for. We are here because people need an understanding of what's actually going on. That's why we're here. I learn from you. You learn from me. It's as simple as that. But I'm glad, obviously, it helps you through the nonsense. So just put, Mikel took 16-year-old under his wing into his house. Say it all. Nice guy, but nice guys finish last, especially when you have that massive head. Listen, nice guys don't win diddly squat. Nice guys always finish last. I'm telling you. You can be nice, but you can't be nice in an industry that being nice doesn't get you nowhere. You have to be ruthless. I'm sure Abramovich is a really nice man. But my man is rolling with Russian mafia probably and is dangerous when he needs to be dangerous. Yeah? That's how it is. Daniel Levy is probably a nice guy, but he is cutthroat when it comes to business. When it comes to him achieving what he wants to achieve. That's how me and you need to be. We need to be cutthroat. We can't allow people to drain our energy. We can't allow people to distract us. Now, Mikel Arteta is moving like that, but he's not got the minerals. He's not got the foundations to be going into Aubameyang and saying, you listen to me. He's not got the foundations. He's approached it in a completely wrong way. Arteta must look at Aubameyang and think, you know what? Aubameyang is massively influential in this dressing room. He's here probably for longer than me if I don't get it right. I need to get him on my side. That's the first thing that he should have done when he came in his football club. Get him on my side. Get David Luiz on my side. That's what I need to do. I need to get the leaders in this dressing room who, by the way, players will respect him. They travel in with him in the morning. They may stay at his house. His wife will know his wife. His kids may go to parties or schools with his kids. Those are going to be speaking every minute of the day via WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever they do, FIFA online, whatever they do. Those are going to be connected. They're not going to play FIFA with me online if I'm a manager. They're not going to Snapchat me or whatever they're going to do. I'm not on Snapchat. But if I was a manager, they're not going to do that. So I need to make sure that I've got someone who I know can lead these. But he's so arrogant that he thinks that everyone's just going to listen to him. And you know what? If he was 20 years old, I'd get that. My daughter thinks everyone listens to her. She thinks she's always right. And she's wrong 90% of the time. Because she's 21. But when you're 40, you can't think that everyone is going to, that you're always right or people are always going to follow what you want to do. They're not going to. There's 8 billion people on the planet with loads of different beliefs. They're not going to do what you want to do. He thinks that everyone wants to do what he wants to do, and that's why he's got it wrong. That's why he's got it wrong, people. And it drives me mad. However, we just have to let this, and I'll tell you what process is going on. The process for him to be getting sacked. That's what is going on. The process for him to be getting sacked. So what we need to do is just in our communities, in Curtis's community, whatever community that you're in, and just keep saying, keep talking about it, keep trying to get an understanding about it, keep helping each other in the community, etc., etc., etc. and then build from there. When it does change, that we are ready for change. That we are ready, because if we want Arteta out, we then have to be prepared that whatever happens next, whether we like it or not, we need to support that. Because what we did with Wenger, and some people are still on the fence, we wanted him out. He did stay a little bit too long. We wanted him out. We had no idea what was going to go on after. No one prepared for what was going to go after. We had no idea. So we supported it, thinking that was in the right, and it's done nothing but gone downhill. Nothing but gone downhill. Now, I still see people blaming Arteta, and I'm like, well, how can you blame Arteta? I mean, Wenger. Loads has happened since then. We've had 2 managers since then. It's like blaming your ex-wife for the situation you're in with your new wife. Excuses. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And that's why we're bottom of the league. No one is taking accountability. No one is rolling their sleeves up and saying, you know what? Right, it's time now. It's time. No one is doing that. No one is sitting there and auditing and writing down, listen, this is why it's going wrong. This is what we need to do. Blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah. No one is doing that. The players won't do it. I'm telling you now, as a former player, I never looked in the mirror and thought about what can I do to make sure this team wins, except run around myself. That was a standard, run around myself. I didn't look in the mirror and say, how can I get this team off the bottom of the league? Because I was just part of the engine. I was just a little tiny cog in the element. I was part of the team. But the manager's not going to go home and look there and say, unless he is aware, self-aware. Clearly, Arteta is not self-aware. Narcissist, dictatorship, egotistical, arrogant, all the things that come that you don't want to be. And by the way, I've been like that. I've been like that. For many, many years of my life, I've been like that, not knowing that I was doing it. So, honestly, accountability is the main thing in anything that you are doing. And this football club, unfortunately, are not taking this seriously. Not taking it seriously. And it's absolutely driving everyone mad. Why do you think Curtis is getting 3,500 people in a chat? Or 5,000 people in a chat? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 5,000 people in the chat who are disgusted with what's going on. Now, a lot of them there because Curtis is great. Curtis is top. Curtis has got a very, very good balance of what's going on. He knows his stuff. But 5,000 people in a chat talking about a club that is bottom of the league. That's not right. That is not right. That this should be happening at the moment. So I would just and I moved on. And I'm going to quickly touch on it. How can we affect it? Curtis made a great point earlier. What they do in other countries, etc. One, if you are moaning about this football club and you are still paying to go to each game, then I'm sorry, you've got to look in the mirror. You've got to look in the mirror and say, wait a minute. If I'm doing this, surely you have every right to moan about the performance. Every right to moan about the performance. But then you can't turn around and say you want the owners out. If you're just making them stay longer. Boycott sponsors. Boycott going to the game. Boycott buying merchandise. Send your emails. Send whatever you need to do. You don't see me at games. You don't see me buying Arsenal kits. Because I don't agree with what's going on at the football club. So you're not going to see me there. And this is probably the best time for me to go. Because I only do the radio every so often, you know? Chris has put, we will now sing him number 235. Let's not go down there. That's for another day. That's for another day. Right, people, I'm going to shoot off now an hour. I'm going to come on at 10 p.m. tonight. I'm going to come on at 10 p.m. tonight. Might be a little bit calmer because my little boy sleeps next to the office. So might be a little bit calmer, but if there's any news, we'll just catch up. It may be an half an hour show or something like that. 10 p.m. is my bedtime. I do try and get in bed for 10 p.m. So, you know, you're going to keep me up tonight. So we will we will see what happens. So look out, make sure you hit the notifications on. Look out for obviously the quick, just be a transfer update tonight. The hour has flew, which is Buenos Aires is saying absolutely flew by, but really do appreciate it. Hope it doesn't keep you up too late tonight. So I will see you at obviously 10 p.m. tonight. See if there's any other news, just a quick catch up, see what's what, and we will take it from there. And also we have a lot of people that are in the States, in Canada, in the Caribbean, so it will be good for them to come on as well. So we'll just do a transfer update. So peace out to each and every one of you as always. Make sure you stay focused, and I will see you later.